What it do, everybody? Welcome to another entertainment video, y'all. Today I'm talking about this show. It's had me absolutely locked in every Thursday for the last couple of weeks. It's the Beast Games, Amazon Prime Video. I said that so weird, but Amazon Prime Video. If you haven't checked it out, definitely hit pause because I'm going to drop a bunch of spoilers. I'm going to talk about the first few episodes, or 7 episodes to be exact, and not going into crazy detail, but just some of the overview, funny stuff that stuck out throughout some of the episodes, some of the crazy games that they've done, some of the kind of psychology or different questions that they had, just kind of reacting to it. Me and my friends have been talking about it, and it's definitely entertaining. It's definitely funny, at least from my perspective, and it's cool seeing a lot of people just take home a lot of money. So I'm going to share my screen, y'all. We're not even going to waste any time. Like I said, there's 7 episodes so far. So if you haven't watched it, you can definitely jump onto Amazon Prime Video, get in there, turn it up. But first off, it starts off, they could win $5 million. So the Beast Games, it's kind of like a spin-off version of like the Squid Games, but without anybody dying, without anybody actually having to, get shot by that crazy thing that was that weird doll looking thing, anything like that. So you just get to win money, nothing crazy like that. There's 1,000 contestants trying to win $5 million. And before the games even start, they're already giving away money. Dude, Mr. Beast is like, yo, here's $1 million. Everybody that's here, if you go home right now, you can take home some of this million. So a bunch of people, obviously, like, you're there to win money. You could win the 5. You're not really a good chance. 1 in 1,000. But people start to split it up, and 52 people basically just walk out, go home before they even had to play any games or anything like that. Each of them goes home with a little 19,230. Not bad. But that's obviously, like it says right here, it's a far cry from 5 million. So a lot of people, it's hard to blame them. You're going home with some bread. Other people are going to go home with nothing, as we're going to find out here. But right off the rip, not even a challenge. Just, there's $1 million. Anybody that goes home, you take some. 52 people do it. $19,000 going home in your pocket. Not enough for, you could probably get like a Ford Focus, I think, but little decent amount. I'm not mad at it. You're going home with bread. I'm not mad at it. Second game, or the first actual challenge. So this one right away, this tweaked me out. So these are like the rows of people. Basically, all you got to do is somebody has to like self-eliminate. So that means out of this entire row, one of these people has to go home on their own will, saying, I eliminate myself, rather than you guys voting anybody, in order for everyone to move on. So you'd be surprised, man. Like, a lot of people decide, like, for some weird reason, that they'll just go home. I'm like, why would you go all the way to the Beast Games? Pack your clothes, probably had to book some type of flight, probably got in an Uber. Some people probably missed flights. People had to probably make connecting flights. Then you get there and they offered you money. You didn't take it, first of all, before the game even started. Then the game starts and you're like, bust it, I'll self-eliminate. And it was like, people are crying. I'm like, I don't even know what self-righteous type of like mentality that is, that I'm going to go on a game show. I'm going to not take money 10 minutes ago. And they said, if you eliminate now, you could get money, but then I'll eliminate myself now to make everybody else go. Weird as hell to me. Not on my like type of to-do list, but people do start eliminating themselves. 243 people get eliminated. So I think some people didn't even go home either. Let's see. Challenge is one person having to voluntarily eliminate themselves from the competition and go home with nothing. By eliminating themselves, everyone else in that row can keep playing. As the final 3 rows without a volunteer, we'll see everyone go home. So some of these, whoever didn't volunteer just went home. I think there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 10 or 11. I can't count that good, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, 12. So 12 rows, and 3 of them just go home. So after just one challenge, they're down to 705 people. So you could see right off the rip, this is what the game's going to be like. We're going to offer you money. You can get some, you can go home, or you're just going to have to do something horrible and no one's going to get anything. So a lot of it is like, that's why you see why people are like, yo, I'm taking the bread, because this could happen to you the next game. And I still wouldn't self-eliminate, but you could end up in one of the rows where nobody does. And the crazy part is they can't like move off of these. So people aren't really walking around. You're just like talking down the line. So you're relying on a lot of other people. So the first episode, there's 3 challenges. Second one, kind of boring. They're just stacking up little stuff. You could take a look at that if you want. But after that one, More people get eliminated. I think 100 people or something like that. Then the last one, just another bribe type of deal. They had to end the first game where basically they're offering money and only 500 people get to actually move on to like the Beast City. So first episode is like, you're in the game right now, but only 500 people get to go to the actual city where the full on games are going to take place. So he offers up right here, like, yo, I'm going to start offering up money. But the thing is now, if you take the money, you keep it, but your whole like row sideways is eliminated. So not this whole giant row or this column, they should call it, but the row sideways. If you take the money, so if they offered me 50,000, then I get to keep it. I'm going home, but so is like my whole little like sideways row. So people like they start off at 10,000, 20,000, 50, 80. There's still like 112 people or there's something like, I think they got down to like 502 people and they had to get to 500. So they offer $100,000. And of course, the one guy that like, he kind of looked like Kanye, but the whole episode, he's like, we're not taking it. We're standing strong. You know how people are when they're in that situation. Like, we're standing strong. We're not taking the bread. He like presses the button and he's like, I had to do it for my family. And I get it, man. 100,000. I mean, that's the thing I've been thinking about. Like, what's my number? Is it 50,000? I think 50,000 is pretty solid where I'm like, yo, 50,000, we're going home right now. Put it in the bag. 100,000, I definitely would have done it. So I don't even blame dude. People that do it for like 20, I get it. But yeah, a lot of people got eliminated there. They get to 500. Everybody's geeked up. They're going to the Beast City or whatever, Beast City. That's when I see the Mexican in me come out, that Beast City. No, but they go to the Beast City and they just kind of start playing. Like they show them all around. There's cool stuff. They got like a little neighborhood. They got basketball court. They got bags. They got picnic tables. They kind of got like whatever you need. So they split them up into two groups to start right away. And you think it's going to be something like a little bit more complicated, but basically all it ends up being is they can't drop a ball. So they both go to the top of the floor. Both the teams look like this dude. They drop a ball. They're trying to grab it. Super easy. But of course, you'd be surprised. People just like drop it so randomly. But it looked like a little game. So it's like bouncing around in there. This one, you got to see it for yourself. I can't even like do that one justice. Then the next one, episode 2, another self-eliminating game. They do that one. Another kind of boring one to me. I just don't get it. I don't understand how these people go to a game show and then just like self-eliminate themselves, go home after all the stuff they did to get there, win like 10 minutes before. Like they're offering you bread. Like some people I feel like just legitimately crumble under the circumstances, and it's kind of wild how it happens. And the next one was pretty dope. This one, it was like a big beer pong game. They got these balls, they got a giant red cup, and they're just two teams. Old fashioned like elementary school type of game. Whoever makes the most inside the cup wins. Whoever doesn't, that team's gone. So they right there eliminated like another what? They brought out a 305. So you could see like, dude, this game is moving. It's entertaining. And I'm going like the quick, fun version of what's going on, but you got to go into here. Then they do like trivia. Oh my God. So they do a trivia, whatever. Like we have to talk about, this is honestly to me in episode 2, challenge 5, the most like absurd thing I've ever seen in a game show, in a reality show. They split everybody up into 4 teams. These 4 teams are like, yo, pick a captain. We're not going to tell you what the captain's going to do. They pick the captains. They put the 4 captains at the top of the tower. They just start a money meter. Like, I got to find a video, man. We got to find a video of this. They do the money meter. Basically, these 4 people have like a chance to win they could win money while they're going. And if they take the money, they'll get to stay and their whole team will get eliminated. But to give you like a perspective, the whole team is like 50 people. Let's see, Mr. Beast Games. 4 captains for $1 million. Mr. Beast Games, 4 captains for $1 million. Do they have the video? Oh, let's see. Episode 2, Mr. Beast. Well, I'm horrible. When you got to talk and do the Googling, sometimes it's a challenge. It's a challenge. Beast Games, episode 2. Why did I forget challenge 5? I'm yelling it over here. Challenge 5. They have like the whole video. I got like a little snippet. It's the Beast Games. I should probably search on X. But whatever. They put 4 people up there. They gotta pretty much get offered money. The first thing I open on Twitter is hilarious. I'm not even gonna. Some dude on a court, whatever. Beast Games episode 2, challenge 5. How do they not have a video? I'd be tweaking me out. Oh my God. Beast Games, captains, $1 million. Why would they just not have a video? Whatever. So they offer them the bread. So you're up there. Imagine you and four people. There's like strangers, 50 strangers. They offered these people up to $1 million and all of them said no. So they literally, 4 teams survive one matchup. Next, he asked 4 teams to select a captain. He's going to offer each captain ridiculously high bribes. If they take the bribe, they go home with some money, but everyone else on their team goes home with nothing. So basically, they just got to like figure it out, and meaning they have to select a stranger they find trustworthy. So they're all kind of talking about it. People anticipate he's going to throw some wrenches in there. He lets them know if they choose to take some money, they won't be eliminated. So that's what they find out is when they go up there, they're like, yo, you could take the money and you won't even get eliminated. So you could go home with almost, a couple $100,000 and still try to get a chance for that $5 million. So basically at the end, no one takes it. The thing goes all the way up to $1 million. And at the end, no one gets it. They all stay. So obviously all the other people are geeked out of their mind. And these people are thinking like, I'd rather get the $5 million than the $1 million. I don't know why, because there's still like hella people left. Then the next one, they kind of start messing with them. So episode 3, they're all in the city. Mr. Beast kind of fucks with them a little bit. He tells them like, yo, just pick, we're going to do something for fun just so people could win prizes. So go pick like your 2 friends. They all do like a little like potato sack race. But then they find out, so those same 3 people, your 3 friends, and now you guys all go into one of these rooms and one of you guys has to go home. So things be turning quick in the game. Episode 3, things start to get a little shifty. And this one's pretty hilarious, man, because people like come up with games to do stuff to eliminate. Some of them just like straight up are like, I'm not going home. There's some people that played the games and were like, you're the one that lost. And then they're like, I'm still not going to go. So one of you guys should pick what to do. So this one was hella drama, man. If you love that little like, oh, drama, who's got to go home? We're literally locked in a box. Episode 3, challenge 2. And people also are able to like order whatever they want. So they have they have a phone allowing them to request any item in the world. And people pretty much just start doing anything. People ordered Monopoly, Jenga. Some people watched movies. They requested like some of the weirdest requests that they got were horses, puppies, a tattoo artist, and princess dresses. So basically, though, after all of that, people just had to go home. So a lot of stuff went down. They talk about here, like some groups resort to cheating and manipulation. And even one of the captains who turned down the $1 million ends up handcuffed. So this episode is crazy. You got to think like people are literally, they say lying, manipulating. I think people are just playing the game, which I guess it's cheating and manipulation, kinda, if you want to get technical. But 94 people go home. And then one of the dudes that just was one of those captains from this game. Dude had a chance to get, they started at 0, it went to 100,000, 200, 300, 400, all the way up to $1 million. He said no. He's like, this guy got to be the most honest man in the world or the dumbest. I don't know, because the next one, he goes here with the 2 other guys. They're like, yo, you just said no to $1 million. We get it. We'll let you go on to the next round if you agree with us, and we'll play for who gets to get eliminated. And this dude again, he was like, no, don't think about that. I want to win the right way. And I'm like, I was cracking up. I'm like, bro, this guy has got to be the dumbest person I've ever seen. Like, just go on to the next round. You made your sacrifice, brother. This is what you get for it. And then he went home on the dumbest game too. Buddy that turned down the $1 million turns down the chance to just advance to the next round. He gets eliminated because his sandwich had like more turkey inside of it. So this is like the weirdest show ever, bro. Just watch the show. And this right here encapsulates it. They have finally, they get out of there. He gives like a golden ticket. People look around for it. And basically the golden ticket is to get to the island where they're going to get on a helicopter So if you get the ticket, you get a helicopter, you get to bring people with you. So they start basically doing that. And then they do another game. So these games in episode 4 are all about just getting on the helicopter. So episode 4, it was all right. I wasn't too big of a fan for me, probably one of the more boring ones, but it's all about getting there. So this one was pretty cool. They're just holding a ball. I guess it wasn't cool, but interesting. He had a ball. They all have a ball, and you got to just count up to 10 minutes inside your head. So if you hold the ball longer than the 10 minutes, you're automatically out. And let's see so basically there's 2 helicopters left. With people boarding, they're largely because of luck. The next game requires a bit of skill. So there's actually a chance for elimination. He gives everyone a red ball to hold, and there's a 10-minute timer ticking down to 0. The 6 people who throw their ball to the ground closest to the timer, getting 0, get the next helicopter. However, anyone still holding their ball once the countdown ends gets eliminated. So you can kind of like either not care and drop it right away and just see what happens, or you could fight for it because then you still have another game to try to get on there. But by the end, 20 folks are still holding the ball. So then there's only 128 people left. Then they do another thing, basically like this weird coin thing where they all get a coin and whoever they give the most coins to is the captain again. And one of the guys that turned down the million becomes a captain again. And it was like high school. People are like, he better not pick guys only. She better not pick girls only. You haven't picked a lot of girls. So it's kind of funny how childish people start to get. Like, bro, you guys picked them. And then you get salty for not getting picked and stuff like that. And it's pretty funny how everybody gets all like same stuff as high school. And I get it, money's on the line, but it's a game and people act like people are bogus for playing the game and they eliminated me. And then the last challenge, or not the last challenge, the other challenge, they just like holding this up on a stick. Not too complicated. Then the final one, basically it's a psychological test. So they're all like in a giant circle. Standing on the helipad. So within 60 seconds on the clock, players must decide whether to step forward into the circle. If more than one person steps in, you got to decide if more than one person steps in, then everyone in that circle gets eliminated. However, if only one person steps forward, they get the ticket to be silent and get to choose people. So basically they're all standing out here. If 2 people go in or any more than one, they're eliminated. So people are lying like, I'm going in the circle. I'm not in the circle. I'm going in the circle. And then it's funny because people start getting mad again, salty. Just like in the counting game earlier, people were getting mad because some girl was like counting. I'm like, do not hate me, hate the game, baby. That's what I would say. Let's see what's the last one. So next game, blah, blah, blah. He offers them a chance to walk away. So yeah, he does it again. We're like, hey, there's 250,000. Everybody that walks up here, you'll get money. So people take it again. They go home with 13,000. So if you went home in the beginning, you would have got more. Bad math here, but they get to experience some fun. And you see here, episode 4 is like forever. Look at all these silly ass challenges. So by the end, they do another one where basically they got to just throw the ball close to the circle. Not too complicated. And then what's the last one? Manipulation thrown. Only 6 spots left on the island. He asks everyone to break off into groups of 6 and stand on platforms. Just like with the potato sack race, people went off into their friend groups, believing the next challenge would be a way for them to all go through. Mr. Beast gives everyone a coin, and the objective is for one person on each platform to get the coins. So this one was actually pretty dope to end it because there's a small amount of people left. People are like, yo, we'll get together. Maybe we got to play a game. But then it's like, okay, now out of you 6 people that you chose, only one of you guys gets to go through. So people are like just tweaking. And one dude tweaked like crazy. He had the coins. The other guy's like, well, I mean, I think I should be able to go. And he just like gave it to him. And it was like the weirdest thing I've ever seen. But you just kind of see how people like literally let that pressure get to them. Like some people just give up like, well, I think you should go. I'm like, damn, like either you're scared of helicopters or people just give up. And like 1 minute ago, they offered you more money. So it's kind of interesting how many people decline the money and then just like give up at the end. I don't understand. But in episode 5 was pretty cool. They get to the island and he offers people a chance to compete for it. So some people just are like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to just not worry about this because you could get eliminated. But I think it's the 9 players. They try to pretty much play hide and seek with the Navy SEAL. So this was pretty cool. And then I forgot, was it 952? She ends up winning. Did I already give it away? Probably. Did I? I don't think so. Vying for an island. Oh, no, I didn't. 952, she takes a gamble. She stays closest, but they all venture out. So a couple people got found, and then everybody that didn't get found, the next day, they played like a coconut game where you just had to throw a coconut and pretty much not get it across the line. And one of the favorites got eliminated. And it ends up being like these simple little like remedial games that gets everybody eliminated. So episode 5 does get a little bit more interesting. So they wouldn't be games without putting them through psychological turmoil. So they bring 51 players that didn't want to compete for the island. They're on a fancy yacht. They're entirely, let's see, the remaining 6 competitors and that everyone else will vote to determine who gets eliminated. There's nothing like 6 players can do. They're entirely separated. So it's not like they complete their cases. About 51 determine who likely to get out. However, that also means finding out winning on the island. Yeah, so people got eliminated again. Then they played more games for the island. Pretty boring to me. Island I thought was kind of silly. See, this one was actually cool too. They offered more money here. I think they all said no, though. Yeah, so this dude got to go home with 450,000. So come on, that's pretty dope. I would have done that. I forgot about that one too, low-key. This one, which one was this? The next challenge follows some board game rules. There are 3 rows to finish the line and 3 players remaining. Each contestant gets a board that allows them to select how many spaces they'd like to move forward, which can be 1, 3, or 5, however player selected. Yeah, this one was honestly, this one was stupid. Some of these games for the island I thought were dumb. This one was dumb when the person won the island. She won, by the way, spoiler alert. So at this point for the island, there's only 2 of them, and it's for 1.8 million. So you pretty much who can psych who out. Each contestant can place the deed into one suitcase with a red X and the other without the other player looking. After doing so, they'll select which suitcase they want to steal from their opponent. This game's end when one player has both deeds in their possession. With someone about receiving a change gift and gets emotional, both players are about to gain something valuable would mean for them. I mean, the girl won. It was stupid. I thought this game was dumb. I remember, like, I think he did something stupid where she kind of could, like, hear what he did. I was like, come on, goofy mug. I was thinking about that too. Like, what is she even going to do with the island? Is it fully equipped with water? She got to set up water and electricity? Because the island sounds raw, like, yo, I want a $1.8 million island. But now imagine the logistics. How are you going to get a couch to the island? You think Jimmy, Mr. Beast, is going to leave all this stuff here for you? I don't think so. So she's got to pretty much set up the island. They don't have Amazon Prime there, ma'am. I know the show's on Amazon, but they don't have Prime delivery. I would be geeked. I'd probably try to sell it. I mean, I'd probably maybe party there for a little bit, bring the family out to the island. But what do you do with the island worth 1.8 million? I guess you just sell it. But episode 6 was like all about different physical stuff. They do push-ups. They start going crazy. They had to drag an entire car. That was like a crazy upset episode. And then they do a little bit more, pretty much, what is it right here? Little push-ups groups were challenging. Said that was promised to score best. Oh, they literally took a test. I forgot about that. So they take a test, and whoever has the highest scores gets to like pretty much go up against who they want to in the trivia game. And people just started falling like flies. You think that it would kind of matter more. So let's see. Player got 19 on 20, so he's up first. He also gets to choose his opponent head-to-head trivia match. So they got whoever got the highest score in the test got to pick their opponent. So it was like line up from who got the worst score to the highest score and go on from there. So a lot of the lower scores came out on top, which is kind of like funny because I thought about that. I'm like, I feel like sometimes if you're smart at a test, you're probably not that fast when it comes to a straight up trivia. Then the challenge 5 was like a race. They just had to run to a flagpole, whoever got there the fastest each time. And it was pretty funny because some people would volunteer like, yo, I got this. And they were slow as hell. Turtle in the hair out there just dragging. Then the next one, this one was kind of crazy. This one was kind of crazy. Episode 6, challenge 6. They just had to spin the wheel. Whoever got eliminated, that's how many people got eliminated off of it, depending. And they had to go home with at least, I forgot how many people had to go home. Oh, yeah. So they could either split 500,000 or they could split it. Nope, they didn't. It landed on 12 and only 4 of them got to move on. Then this one was pretty cool. This one was like a little more Squid Games-esque. They all got to stand on a tile and then pretty much randomly some of them would open up and fall. You could move around. I think only one person moved and then she saved herself, but then she ended up getting eliminated anyway. But pretty much only 4 people remained. At long last, only 4 people remain. That's not true. There's definitely way more people left, but they got to go home. Then this was one of the craziest parts of the whole season, guys. They got to do like a hanging challenge. Literally, they're like, all right, you guys are the 2 teams that were from the physical challenge. So the physical challenge, you got to do like a best out of 3, which is cool. But they're like, all right, it's a hanging challenge. He's got to hang there the longest while they get lifted up. So this dude over here, they all chose him on his team. This guy, Oscar, there's a guy on his team in the orange that was like, yo, I mean, I want to tell everybody I'm a rock climber. I climb, do it all the time. So he's got like jack forearms. And then this kid out of nowhere is like, hey, I mean, I don't know how to say this, but I just randomly started thinking about like training for hanging a couple weeks ago. So I've been doing it, and I think that I might be a better contestant. And somehow he convinces his team that this random kid that randomly said he had like an epiphany to start practicing hanging was a better choice than the other contestant that was a literal rock climber that can probably hang up there all day. And they end up letting this dude go up there, and like he's just barely going up, and his arms are shaking, boy. His arms are shaking like you've never seen before. He barely lasts. That whole team goes home. I was like, why would you not let the rock climber go? Can you imagine you're going home because some kid, first of all, who practices just hanging like off of like a whim? And then somebody that says they're practicing hanging off of a whim, I'm definitely not going to trust you. The rock climber, I'm like, yo, this is experience. This is like, this guy's got it. He's got what we need. And then this dude just like, who thinks that? Like, yo, I've been practicing climbing or hanging. And then who hears that and is like, yo, that's a good option. Like, that part was hilarious. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, like, look at, they talk about it here. They immediately chose, and he did 70 push-ups, which I thought was kind of crazy. This dude did 70 push-ups in the first challenge, and they all thought it was a good idea, and he still smoked, buddy. Yeah, so the orange team actually has some debate over who to choose. 2 players want to bring it all home. And 435 insists that he's his best choice, and he's trained for Survivor. But there was another player who rock climbed and might have been a good pick as well. He's been trained. What do you do to train for Survivor? They don't make you hang from anything. And he was like, randomly, I just wanted to start training for Survivor. So I just been doing like hanging drills. Like, what does that even mean? I don't understand, but whatever. We're moving on. That's one of the craziest episodes and funniest. Episode 7, all about like the psychological type of stuff. So he's pretty much offering them money or cars, and they got to either eliminate the people or take the item. So a lot of drama went down in this one. Definitely a lot of people that got eliminated that were salty. Some dude got accused of being like a racist because 3 black girls got eliminated at once, and people were pissed. And then he ends up not picking his friend the next one. They both get eliminated because he doesn't take the Tesla that has money in there. So that was a crazy episode, man. A lot of drama. People were upset about who was getting eliminated. But it's like, what do you do? And people are here like they have to go home. Eventually, people got to get eliminated. So he did catch some karma real quick. He eliminated the 3 girls. Then he ended up getting eliminated, which that's kind of what you expect throughout the game. But he did go home with the Lambo. Come on. That was pretty dope. He went home with the Lambo. He passes this one up, gets his friend. Then challenge 3 was kind of crazy. Same thing. But basically, they're like, there's a mystery one and her best friend. She saved her best friend. The mystery one was her. So she ended up going home. She put it right in her back. Stabbed herself in the back. There's a lot of craziness, man. And what's funny, though, is they're like crying. This is my best friend. Oh, my God. You met each other like 7 days ago. Like, these people would blow my mind. They're literally willing to sacrifice nothing, get nothing for someone they met like 6 days ago that definitely not going to give them any money. You're not going to get like any recognition off of this. I don't know what some of these people really think here. But it was just pretty much down to 12 people. Final trial. Let's see, what was the last one? Oh yeah, this one was pretty funny. She automatically goes in top 10. She picks Dino. So they get to pick 2 people that they got to put up there. So she put someone she liked, someone she didn't like. And then the funnier part though is that those people get to bring somebody. So of course, Dino ends up picking, let's see, he picks Jazz, which is, she's really cool with Twana. And he's like, well, I just picked her because I thought we were both cool with you. Like, so I thought that was pretty funny. Dino, hilarious to me at that part. Like, everyone's like all salty. I'm like, bro, he's playing the game. Like, they're like, you really picked her? You just picked her only because you don't want to get eliminated. And I'd be like, yeah, duh. So we don't know yet what's going to happen until tomorrow. We don't know if Dino's going home. We don't know if Queen's gonna go home. So it's either Dino and Jazz or Queen and JC. So right now it's pretty funny because, I mean, you got to do what you got to do to win. Dino turned down the million. So Dino's one of those guys that turned down the million. And now he might get eliminated the next episode. So next episode's tomorrow, January 30th. This video was like almost 30 minutes because we're talking about every episode. But I'll talk about episode 8 tomorrow after it comes out. And then we got what? Episode 9, February 7th. And the finale, February 13th. I think I'll be in Mexico. So that'll be dope. Gotta watch that one out when we're out there. But guys, definitely tune in. Looks like there's probably going to end up being a season 2. So go on Amazon Prime Video right now, guys. If you're not watching it, you got to tune in right now. The Beast Games has been absolutely hilarious. A lot of drama, a lot of funny ass shit, and just people that I cannot believe these are real people sometimes. I'm like, who's turning down $1 million for 50 strangers? Because I certainly would not do that. I would have gone home with 100,000. I'm sorry, everybody. Eliminate my best friend for $1 million. Bro, we're both going to be able to go to like every Bulls game for the next century. So, guys, let me know what you guys think. Beast Games, are you ready for episode 8? Because I'm locked in. Catch me tomorrow. Drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. Hit share. Deuces.